It means a very lot. You develop skills when you're doing stuff like this. I grew up with beautiful grandparents, and I learned all this stuff from them. You know what? It's finding yourself with patience and learning at the same time. Things that we do, a lot of things that we do growing up with my grandparents is learning how to make dream catchers to start off. So that's how we learn or develop our skills, and it's been passed on, from our generation to the next generation. We do snowshoes and little snowshoes and a bunch of other things, fishing rods, everything we used to make when we were children that we couldn't buy. So we had to make things, and we learned trade of making little things from our grandparents, and we developed skills and whatnot. And when you start off with little things with grandpa, then you move on as you get older by making bigger things. And those are the teachings we got, and our language too. I love our language. I speak fluent Cree and High Cree, and I'm very proud to speak my language. And it's slowly deteriorating, but it's always nice when you learn things in Cree. When someone explains things to you in Cree, I love it. So I try to explain it because a lot of them are, I call them grandparent babies. They call their grannies mom and dad, and they have skills, some of them. There's still a few elders out there that teaching their grandchildren things, skills and whatnot, which is very important. And I'm just here at the school just trying to help out as best I can. And a lot of parents have passed on our generation in our community, and it's very sad. Like I work with a lot of elders that were here, and it's hopefully some people will start participating and doing work like this. It's good for the kids, it's good for the community. Keep on our tradition and heritage and making things like this. It may be a small, cute little boggin, but my grandfather used to make a big one for his dog team, and it was so nice to see I was very fortunate to see my grandfather with a dog team. And they were all disciplined. He looked after the dog real well. He made big boggins like this, and I understood why he was teaching me how to make little things like this, so I can have the knowledge when I get older. I mean, it's a blessing. We make snowshoes, 4 different ways. We make paddles, all sorts of things, different seasons and whatnot. We make paddles too in the spring. The kids' artwork is incredible. Like the artwork they put into it is very nice to see. And that's what I'm wishing for in my community, is that people will keep their traditions alive. It may be a small thing, but it's a big thing for children to learn. It's develop skills hands-on. And, they see their grandparents doing it. God bless, It's nice to see a grandparent do something. I used to be hypnotized by my grandparents. Even the elders I worked with here, they would do things, amazing things that develop skills and whatnot. There would be kids doing sewing next door, making moccasins, mitts and whatnot. There's different skills, beadwork, all kinds of things nowadays. We have a young lady that works with us here. She's really incredible. I get her name mixed up once in a while. I can't pronounce the really young generation's name nowadays. But you know what? She's an awesome person, and I totally admire people that carry their traditions and their skills, pass it on to their kids. It's a way to find a child to find themselves making things. Developing skills is one good thing, and as they get older, they can find different skills and whatnot. And hopefully, I'm not asking everybody to carry on traditions, but if you can succeed on one child, that's the world. And that's how I look at things when I come here. And it's really be nice to see more elders in our community. But there's been a lot of elders passing over the few years. It's really sad. Breaks my heart, Like hopefully, we get some more people to work with our youth in our school.
And unfortunately, the knowledge that the elders once held, it goes with them, right?
It goes with them if they don't pass it on. And I would really much like to see find our elders in our community. Some more elders. They're beautiful elders. And if they come and help us and teach and whatnot, that'd be a God bless.
Of course.
We try very hard in the school here to help the youth with things that they make. And every time they make something, they take it home. So their self-esteem will be right up there when they show their parents. There's nothing better than a child showing their parents that something they worked on, and that accomplished feeling that they made something. Their self-esteem is up there. So that's what we're trying to do. And every day we work with little ones, different age groups, and it's a God blessing thing. We make drums. I made drums with the kids, and they really participated on it too. It was a lot of fun, and I seen it done. I never made a drum, but it turned out real nice. And I gave it to a young man that does drumming in a community. I don't know how to drum. I don't know how to sing like that. That's an unfortunate thing about me. I never grew up like that. I grew up in the trap line. I was taught how to live off the land, hunter-gatherer, providing for the elders in my community when I was growing up with my grandparents. And we used to make things out there. Everything was a teaching. Everything we do do is the teaching, and I was so fortunate to have a beautiful grandfather teach me all these things. Not only one grandfather, but two grandfathers and a grandmother that lived to be, pretty sure she lived to be 116 years old. And it was just incredible. Her name was Lockie Moore, that was my granny. She taught me how to speak fluent Cree and high Cree. It was just an incredible old lady. She was still capable of walking around, doing things, always teaching us things. There's always teaching, she said, of everything we do. Everything's a teaching you do. So we learn a lot of knowledge from our grandmother too. Our grandmother was a really super granny, I called her. Like when she was here, she probably called me Deelitz. She couldn't pronounce my name. Deelitz, she still called me. She couldn't say Darrell, so she called me Deelitz. So that stuck to me for a long time in my community. It still does with some people. And unfortunately, you know what? My wish for our community is for the best for our children. Everything to go well, and all the knowledge to be kept in our, not share our knowledge. I've been to other communities sharing our knowledge, and it's really nice meeting other people and whatnot. But now I'm worried about my community. There's not hardly anybody coming in. There's a lot of young guys my age. I'm 60 years old, and there's guys at my age. They're still around. Come apply at the school and share your knowledge. Our school's a beautiful place, a beautiful workplace. They really help you a lot in everything we do here. Everything we need, they provide for us. I would really like to see that, and God bless.
It'd be nice if we had more people like you because, well, on a grander scheme of things, you as an individual, you hold a lot of significance to our younger generation.
Absolutely. And like I said, I love the language. I always tell children when they were working on something, if you make a mistake, there's no reason to get upset. Like, even I make mistakes. See, I just made a mistake, and that's okay. I can go backwards and correct it. There's no reason to get upset. And I actually liked it, my mistake there. So, everybody makes mistake when you work on something, and just be happy when you're doing something. If you make something beautiful that you can give somebody to make them make their day and happy, that's the goal in life, I guess. We made this from scratch. We made a drum. I made a drum for a young man about maybe 30 years old. He always sings in the funerals, so me and the children worked on it. And it really touched his heart because I don't know how to play the drum. He plays the music on the funerals and whatnot, special occasions. But we really touched a person's heart by making a beautiful drum for him. Very proud moment for me and the kid. I really felt a great deal of good in my heart that I gave a drum to a young man that's 35, or I'm pretty sure he's 35, but he knows how to use a drum, and he's already using it in funerals. It means special to us. God bless.